Crown me king, so I'm the truth. Crown me king, so I'm the truth. Crown me king, so I'm the truth, Lord. Past my niggas, I'm on a new boy. I've been living, I ain't a new boy. Put me first, I never move wrong.
Hey, yo. Peace. What's good, world? This is your man, DJ Kawon, man. Appreciate you guys tapping in as we're going to do a little breakdown of the Book of RANU, man. It's out right now. Shout out to my brother, RA King, Milwaukee's finest MC right now. And what we're going to do here, man, we're just going to talk about the project, man. I'm going to break down the project by all the tracks. We'll do chapter 1 and we'll do a little intro on what the Book of RANU is, all right? So the Book of RANU, man, just a little background story on that. Me and my brother, we just released the Golden Age early in the year. Appreciate everybody who tapped into that project and who respected it and who showed love for it. We definitely appreciate that. But, you know, we also did, in preparing for the Book of RANU, man, Ra hit me up and was like, yo, let's do like a hip-hop soul album, man. Let's do a hip-hop soul album. So the idea was always in the back of my head that we was going to probably do something like soul samples, you know, throughout the project and stuff like that. So I kind of put that in the back of my mind and I was like, all right, we'll do that. And then before we get into this first record, the first record on the album is called Chapter 1. And the funny story behind Chapter 1 is I actually been trying to put together my own project here for a while, for the past few years, man. Been working on trying to put together this Boom Bap alumni project. So Chapter 1 was actually supposed to be one of the singles off of Boom Bap alumni. I sent it to Ra and I was like, yo, let me see what you can do with this one, because I would love to use this for my project. So I sent him the beat for Chapter 1 and he sent it back within, you know, usually Ra sends stuff back to me like within 2-3 days or whatever. And he sent me that joint. He really liked what he was doing with it. I like what I heard. And then he hit me and said, yo, K, this is actually how I want the Book of RANU to sound, with the soulful samples and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, man, let me go on and push my project to the side. As we've been doing for the past year and a half, man, we never let the inspiration, we never let the creative flow stop. So I said, I'll tell you what, we'll put my project to the side. We'll take Chapter 1 and we'll use this as the first single off, or the first song on your project, and let's build from here. So what we'll do here is I'll kind of get into some of the elements of the song, you know what I mean, that we for the beat, and I'll just kind of break down some things. All right. So what I typically do on my joints is, which may sound weird, is it's always drums. Everything for me is drum driven. So the drums is always my foundation of every beat that I make. And weirdly enough, how I create the beats is I always like to start from the hook first. So I try to use as many elements within that hook to give you that feel and things like that. And I kind of build from there and I'll scale it down from there. So for the drums, my first track is the actual drums for Chapter 1. So it sounds a little something like this. Right? Always my foundation is always going to be the drums. There we go. That's the drums. So then I always try to find, on this one, it looks like I got the sample next. So samples I pull from anywhere, man. I use vinyl. I use sample packs. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the producers out there who create sample packs. They got some dope joints on there. And nothing's off limits for me. You know what I mean? If it sounds good, I'm going to try to use it no matter what. So I don't remember where I particularly got this sample from. It looks like it could have been from a sample pack. So these are just some of the chops that I did. I usually like to chop up my samples. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I like how that was sounding. Yeah. So I heard that and I was like, I could rock with that, right? So let's say if we take that and we just had the sample plus the drums. I was halfway there already, you know what I'm saying? And remember how I said I like to start from the hook first when I create my beats. So you always want that hook to feel like, you know what I'm saying, big and loud, and you know what I mean. So that was a sample, and then that was the drums in there. So the next thing I added to this element of this track is I like to add my effects, man. I'm a big fan of the effects. And then, you know, my effects sound like this. Some little stuff to grab the ears. Yeah, so that's one of my effects. And then so I got that too. So if we add those effects into this joint right here, along with the drums, the sample plus the effects, you can barely hear the effects now. Hear that? So I'm real big on textures, you know what I'm saying? Little things that underlie underneath the beat, you know what I mean? Things like that to kind of grab your ear a little bit. And for this particular record, I definitely wanted some bass in there. You know what I mean? So we had to add some bass in there. So if I had that on there with the bass and the effects, with the drums. Oh, my fault. That's the intro. That's my bad. Let's do this is the hook. Let's do the hook. You can hear that bass in there. So that's pretty much it for the hook, right? I felt like probably at that point, I think that'll grab people's attention. You know what I'm saying? So typically what I'll do after that is I'll start working on the verse. And how I'll do the verse is I will let's see how we're gonna do this here with the hook. Let me show you hear this. So this is the verse. Right? I love that verse. I love that joint. How we do that here? Let's see if I can remember how I did that. There we go. So that's the sample, right? That's the drums, same sample. We got what I gotta fill. That's that. That's that fill right there. And then these are my chops too. Solo right out. So these are kind of part of the sample chops. And I just took the chops and did it again and that's that big effect. I like that right there. I like that. Yeah. And I got these titled as sample chops in the track. Too. I love kind of hiding those vocals in there. Like I love that. To me, this is one of my favorite parts of it because it hides under there. So yeah, man, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the record, to be honest with you. I like to keep things simple. I don't like to be too complex with it. You know what I mean? Ra definitely killed it. Oh, then I had this other piece here. Let me see what this is right here. So yeah, so Ra killed it, man. He took this. He always takes the simple things that I do, and he he makes it funky, man. He definitely makes it funky. And you know what I mean? Then I got like a little break point right there. Then it goes into the hook. You know what I mean? I love that part right there. That's it right there, man. That's chapter 1. All of the elements in there. I don't think I have any more than 6 tracks in there. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite producers I love to follow is Manny Fresh. And he used to say that he made a lot of his joints with Cash Money on his machines that he used. I think his sampler was only able to have no more than 6 or 7 tracks. So it taught him how to be simple and use the best sounds out of those 6 or 7. And that's what he got out of it. So I try to stay there, man. I try to stay anywhere between 6 to 8 different sounds so they can merge together. Try to keep it as textured as possible. And, you know, we got this joint right here, chapter 1 of the Book of RANU. So shout out to my brother Ra. When we come back next time, we'll break down chapter 2. The Book of RANU is out now. Shout out to Mad Good Records, who's distributing cassettes. They got it on their website, madgoodrecords.com. You can get the limited edition cassettes. It's also going to be available on in stores too for cassettes and all that stuff. And if you want to get merch packs and stuff like that, you can go to djkawonmusic.com and get you a very limited edition t-shirts. We got hoodies in there, digital bundles to download with the project, and we're gonna get some CDs coming too, man. So hope you guys enjoyed chapter 1, part of the Book of RANU, and we got 10 more to go. Peace.